Alan Ritchson reveals what he wants to see in Reacher Season 3. Reacher Season 2 has come to a gratifying, explosive conclusion, and series star Alan Ritchson has revealed he would love to see more of the 110th in the third season. In an interview with Variety earlier in the season, Ritchson acknowledged that the former military police officer Reacher's adventures rarely involve the same characters, given his wandering nature. The show's first season centered on the character searching for his brother's killer in the small town of Margrave. Reacher Season 2 brought in a mostly new cast for a mystery focused on a government conspiracy involving his old military unit, the 110th. Bringing back his unit for the third season is now a foregone conclusion, but Ritchson wants it to happen. By the time people get to the end of the season, they're going to be saying, Seasons 1 and 2 are so good, but where can he go from here? Ritchson said, I want to see more of the 110th. How are we going to get them in? We'll have all the same problems all over again for Season 3, I'm sure. Ritchson also shared a behind-the-scenes story about an eye-popping stunt from Reacher Season 2's final episode. There was a stunt where I got to run through a full sheet of glass, and I was the one to do it. Of course, they asked, would you like your stunt, man? And I said, no, man, I'm doing this, he said. Ritchson continued, I can't tell you how much of your primal brain you have to override as you're approaching a sheet of glass at a sprint pace. Everything in you is like, don't do this. I smashed through that thing, and I was wearing little shards of glass for days. But when I saw it in the cut, it was shot so wide, it could have been anybody. I was so disappointed because it was me, and that was a very harrowing, terrifying 5 seconds of running. Reacher Season 3 has already begun production. Filming has already begun on Reacher Season 3, which Amazon greenlit before the show's second season premiere last year. While plot details remain under wraps, including which Jack Reacher novel the next installment will adapt, Ritchson teased that it will be another self-contained story. We get to enjoy Reacher in a new world. It may not have anything to do with family or with his past. He's just living that adventure out, and that's kind of the direction that we've gone, and it seems to really be working, he said. Ritchson recently shared a behind-the-scenes image of himself covered in mud. Reacher Season 3 does not have a premiere date yet. The first 2 seasons are available on Prime Video. With 2 successful seasons of Reacher behind him, Alan Ritchson has firmly established himself as the face of Jack Reacher, the iconic ex-military police officer turned drifter from Lee Child's best-selling novels. Fans of the series, both newcomers and those loyal to Child's original books, have praised Ritchson's portrayal for its combination of stoic strength, sharp intellect, and flashes of humor. As anticipation builds for a third season of the hit Amazon Prime series, many are curious about what the future holds for the character. Recently, Ritchson has shared some insights about what he personally hopes to see in Reacher Season 3, and it promises to be as compelling as ever. Staying true to the source material, Alan Ritchson has always been vocal about his commitment to staying faithful to Lee Child's novels. In interviews, he often emphasizes how important it is to honor the integrity of the character and the stories that millions have come to love. For Ritchson, one of the things he hopes to see in Season 3 is a continuation of this dedication to the source material. Season 1 adapted Killing Floor, Child's first Reacher novel, and Season 2 dove into Bad Luck and Trouble, the 11th book in the series, which focused on Reacher's military past and a mystery involving his former army unit. While there are dozens of other novels to choose from, Ritchson has hinted at which direction he'd like the series to take next. I'd love to see some of the more personal stories explored, Ritchson said during a recent press event. Reacher is a guy who avoids connections, but he's not immune to personal stakes. There are moments in the books where his calm exterior cracks, and we see more of the man beneath the tough exterior. I think that balance between action and deeper emotional storytelling is where the character really shines. Diving deeper into Reacher's emotional complexity, though Reacher is often known for its fast-paced action sequences and intricate plots, Ritchson has consistently expressed a desire to dig deeper into the emotional underpinnings of the character. Season 2 began to scratch the surface of this, particularly with the introduction of Reacher's former team and the trauma that came with it. However, for Ritchson, there's still a lot more to explore. We've seen Reacher as this unshakable force, but he's human. He's been through a lot, and even if he doesn't show it in obvious ways, that trauma is there. In Season 3, I'd like to explore more of those moments where the audience can see how much he's carrying, even when he's handling everything with his usual calm. In this regard, Ritchson has pointed to several books in the series where Reacher's motivations become more personal. One particular storyline he's mentioned before is Persuader, the 7th book in the series, where Reacher goes undercover to take down a crime lord linked to a personal vendetta. Ritchson notes that this blend of action, suspense, and emotional resonance would make for a compelling season. There's something fascinating about a character like Reacher who doesn't have any of the typical ties, no family, no home, no real possessions, and yet every so often something hits him deeply. Those moments where we see a crack in his armor are where I think we could push the boundaries of the show. Expanding the world of Reacher, one of the things that has made Reacher such a success is its ability to not only focus on the main character, but also build a rich world around him. Supporting characters, intricate subplots, and various locations have all played a part in making the series feel expansive, even as Reacher himself tends to remain a lone wolf. Ritchson has expressed his hope that Season 3 will continue to expand the world of Reacher by introducing more recurring characters and exploring different parts of the country. As a drifter, Reacher is constantly on the move, solving problems wherever he lands, but some characters have returned throughout the series, creating a network of allies and adversaries. I think one of the things that works so well in the books is that even though Reacher is this solitary figure, he meets a lot of people along the way who impact him. Some of them come back in surprising ways, and I'd love to see more of that in the show. Bringing back fan-favorite characters or introducing new ones that Reacher can have a dynamic with would add layers to the story. Fans have speculated that one of these returning characters could be Frances Neagley, played by Maria Sten in Season 2. Neagley is a former colleague of Reacher's, and their no-nonsense rapport was a highlight of the second season. Ritchson has praised Sten's portrayal of the character and expressed interest in further exploring their relationship. I think Neagley is a great foil for Reacher. She's tough, she's smart, and she's one of the few people who really understands him on a deeper level. There's a lot more we could do with that relationship. A balance of action and thoughtfulness, while Ritchson is eager to delve into the more emotional and interpersonal aspects of Reacher, he's also aware that the action sequences are a major draw for fans. Reacher's physicality is a key part of who he is, a man capable of handling himself in any situation, often with brutal efficiency. However, Ritchson hopes that the action in Season 3 continues to be grounded in realism and serves the story rather than overwhelming it. The action is obviously a big part of what makes Reacher so fun to watch, but it's never just action for the sake of it. Reacher is a very cerebral character, and his fights are calculated. I'd like to see more of that moments where it's not just about brute force, but about him outthinking his opponents. Those are always the most satisfying to play and to watch. Looking forward to Season 3 as the creative team behind Reacher begins to map out the direction for Season 3, it's clear that Ritchson's vision for the series is one that remains true to the character's core, while also pushing for deeper storytelling. Fans of the show can expect a continuation of the high-stakes action and intricate plots that have made the series so popular, but with an added focus on the emotional and psychological complexities of Jack Reacher.